All right, welcome back to the Shitty Hour Show with your hosts, Jack and Tony. All right, this is episode 3.
Is it really already episode 3?
Yeah, episode 3.
Going so fast. Not really. You know, I like how all the intros sound the same.
Hopefully, it sounds the same.
It sounds like we did this in 3 cuts.
3 different cuts. No, we've been slacking a bit, up a day and a half between each episode. But it's so hard to come up with original thoughts and ideas.
Yeah, because I feel like what can we fucking talk about?
Yeah, within every other day. But we do have new thoughts and such every other day. Mm-hmm. It does help us on the show. Well, anyway, let's catch up and see how our day went from the last episode. Anything new?
What day was that?
I think it was like Thursday morning.
Thursday morning?
Yeah, Thursday, Wednesday.
It had to be Wednesday.
Yeah, and today's Saturday now.
Is it? What time is it? Shit.
It's like, I don't know, like midnight.
We have no sense of time here, because time runs differently in this realm.
It very much
where
does.
we live.
Well, Tony, how was your past 2 days? I think a day and a half.
It's been okay. I want to do more, but there's nothing to work for.
That's true. But hey, didn't we go on the drive the other day?
What drive?
I felt like we went to Houston. Oh yeah, we did went to Houston.
Yeah, we went to the park. Oh,
yeah.
Went to the park. Jack made me walk more, and
yes, I have.
I don't know. I was out of it that day. I couldn't walk for some reason. I was already tired.
Oh, that's maybe because we stayed the entire night that night.
That is true.
And then you took me out to that restaurant that you knew the owners of.
Well, our family owns it, Jack. See, this is how much attention Jack pays attention sometimes.
At least I remember you were connected to the restaurant somehow.
No, only Greeks.
Only Greeks. All right. Well, the only reason why I told you we were walking that way is because there was this bridge that connects 2 different areas.
I don't know what is this with Jack, but he has like the assumption like of bridges or something.
Yes.
Like did something happen like on a bridge or something?
No, I'm very fond of bridges.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to walk across it
until that shit falls or breaks.
And just like stop midway and just like space off towards the edge of the middle of the bridge. I don't know why, but it's really nice though. We did spin it.
It's true. We spin in that dirty ass water.
Dirty ass water, of course. But we did saw a bunch of dogs though. Like a lot of dogs.
Yeah, these 2 dogs are gonna attack each other, but I was ready to see the fight, but
yeah, we were ready to pay good money for free.
That is not good money, Jack. What is good? You know what? I was at a restaurant and the waitress. I know this is kind of off topic, but anyways, she gave me an idea. Her name is Christy, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Anyways, so she's like, you know what? All money's dirty. She's like, we don't know where the money's been. Like, we know every money touches at least been through a stripper's thong at least one time. And I said, I never thought about that until now. Oh. She told me that, and it stuck with me forever.
Oh man.
I'm like, yeah.
That is kind of true.
At least once in
its lifetime.
At least once.
Oh, I actually never heard that expression before.
Hmm.
I mean, I know money is very dirty and such. I mean, it's
Did you ever hear the expression "mad money"?
Mad money. I never heard the expression, but the movie is good. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Let's see.
That's what I feel like.
I feel it sometimes. But I don't know. But the past few days for me, I just been having a lot of thoughts of new ideas and sketches and drawings and such.
Oh, drawings?
Yes. I thought about doing drawings and sketches of kind of comic ideas and such, like those 4-panel comics.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about that, but then I don't really have the energy to do that. And
yes, you do. You're just lazy.
Yes, laziness will come.
Oh, is that the topic right now? Laziness?
No, not yet. We'll come back to that topic later on. But yeah, I thought about drawing a new concept, an art concept. But recently, I have no motive. I do have motive for it, but I'm just like out of it most of the time because my sleep schedule is very out.
Yeah, ever since the podcast started, we were pretty good on our sleep schedule, and then the podcast came around.
Yeah,
like,
podcast, right? Roll around, just like beep, beep. I'm here. But yeah, see, I did try to draw, have a few concepts here and there. I was trying to draw a logo for this channel. Thought a few things.
What'd you think of?
Let's see. I was kind of thinking like a silhouette of the shit emoji. Just have that, and just in the background the circle, like a white circle, and just have the title "Shitty Therapy Hour" above it.
That's good. That's good.
That's what I thought at one point.
Well, I have to see it first, but
it's all in my head, like all art. But besides that, I was thinking about posting some of my art online, but at the same time, do I really want to get up, grab my books, take pictures of it, then post it?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
But do you? This dude is, those those videos on YouTube, like, how do I start my morning routine?
Oh.
And make it like a bunch of lies and stuff.
My morning routine, waking about 3 p.m.
Waking up and like maybe getting ready.
Waking up, roll around in bed for like 3 hours. Think about an hour of getting out of bed. Then get out of bed because you're hungry.
He's like, I gotta eat.
I gotta eat somehow.
And no one feeds me.
No one feeds me at all. But I believe that is so far. And let's come up.
Yeah, we don't do shit. If you really want to know. I tried to practice. I did practice a lot one night.
Yes.
I'm the type of person, like, I have to practice it all in one setting, and I learned the piece I learned to speak like in one night.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Really interesting. I was probably asleep.
Probably not.
I was asleep probably.
You were very asleep.
Yes. Yes. Like,
Jaguar says, my back hurts. I should take pictures of when you sleep.
yes.
You look like a demon. You look like a principal.
like those exorcist scenes in those movies where your back is like in the air. And
this fucking bitch over here, like, it sleeps in the most weird positions ever. And sometimes he sleeps on the couch, and like, it's a long couch, so he has plenty of room to like go all the way down. But no, he goes to the side of it, stick his head out. Like, I don't know, how many degrees is that way?
Like, I don't know.
I don't know. He almost does a fucking 360 with this. And he just turns around and he looks at the next day. I wonder why my neck hurts now. I'm like, seeing how you sleep and everything.
Yes, there's a lot of memes like that, and I relate to those. I don't know why. I like to have like the fan on, like half my body sticking out of the blanket, half of it covered up, and then like once I wake up middle of the night, I'm like, I'm getting cold, cover myself back up, but wake up every single morning, like not even with 10% of the blanket on me. I'm just like, oh. Wait a minute, what happened?
Like, this blanket's useless.
This blanket's useless. I have 3 blankets I use, but I just use one for my neck, use one for my upper body, and use my actual blanket for my bed, like, to cover my legs. Each one has a purpose. The top one, my blanket for my head.
Extra. I use one blanket.
My blanket for my head supports my neck in ways that a pillow cannot help. And the blanket for my upper body keeps me warm, and it keeps me cozy, and it gives me all the room to pull everywhere I want. And lastly, my blanket for my lower body, it's light and thin, so it can keep me cool during the nights. And plus, I can stick my legs out of the blanket if I want to. And plus, I have all that leg room to kick around and such. That feels really nice, but then again, I can do with one blanket. But I think that's enough for catching up with us. Catching up with J and T.
You can't catch up because we don't run, we don't do anything, so you can find us very easily.
Yes, you just turn. You just turn around and you see us right there, relaxing, listening to music.
Life's a party, man.
Life is a party. Well, let's roll into this podcast. A little bit of story time. Our topic with our story time will fitting in with terrible dates.
Oof.
Or, yeah, I can say terrible dates. Today we'll share with you, I say about 2 to 3 stories each.
We only have like one good one.
One good one. I'm telling you, that date better be the most terrible date you ever had.
It wasn't necessarily terrible. It was just the next scenario. What happened was like a coincidence. Like, how could that happen?
All right, well, start off.
I'll let you go first because I went first last time.
All right. Terrible date. I remember just one time when I was new to dating, like barely entering it, and okay, I was young,
How young?
like 18.
Oh,
So a year ago.
2. Oh yeah.
A year and a half. Well, let's see. When I was on my own, let's see. I was okay. I need to start off where I met this person. I was on this app called Tinder, and I matched. Not sponsored. I matched with this person who was fairly older than me.
That's how it always goes.
Yes, always how it goes.
What is it with young guys wanting to date older guys?
Oh, it's just a phase, Tony.
Is it really?
It's a phase.
No, I don't think so.
Don't worry, my age range went down by 2 years.
2 years. How old was this person?
26.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Well, anyway, let's say that this person is not it's not used to not used to having the spotlight on him.
Mm-hmm. Oof, I'm used to that.
Yes. So I I met this person at a restaurant, and it was my first time ever like trying to date out, right? Out of my range in a new area. And I felt very uncomfortable like ordering when someone's paying for me. Back then.
Oh shit, you're not uncomfortable with me.
Back then.
You're like I want $2.05.
Well, back then when I'm like meeting someone new, and I was like kind of like weirded out and stressed, so I ordered water. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just get water. Like I felt uncomfortable. And okay, it was this one time actually he chose the area. It was a seafood place.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that I love seafood like a lot.
Yeah.
But the thing is that like at this restaurant, like a piece of like fish is like almost $25.
Ooh. You know, if he had the money, let him pay for it.
Let him pay for it. But
Don't worry about it.
But the thing is, this place also has a nice. It was like an Italian, like a seafood Italian place, and of course pasta. I love lasagna. Like, I love it to death. So I ordered this pasta, and I was like, oh, I don't mind trying this pasta. And the entire time we were waiting for our food to come out, this guy was talking on and on about his last 3 dates and how terrible it was.
Okay, that's the first thing you do. Like, you never talk about your other dates.
Exactly.
On a date.
Exactly. You never. That's
like you need to make like the scenery like he's never been on a date ever.
Yeah. They're just like, here's a tip: if you're going to date, just keep everything neutral. And a taboo is never talk about your last terrible date experience. And I swear not, this guy was talking how bad they were, how his dates were and such, and how bad they were talking a lot. And I'm over here sipping my water, like, I was like, oh, okay. I know how it feels right now.
Okay, so I think. Do you think about it? Maybe because of you.
Maybe because of you. But then again, I let him talk out. In my mind, I was like, he'll probably run out of words to say, because I was like, maybe it's his first date or so. But then again, I was like, should I really let him talk it out? And then one time I cleared my throat, and I was like trying to say something, but I can tell he was bothered for me about saying something. And he just gave me the eye roll. And I was like, oh, okay. So, okay, I see how it is.
That's what I was like. Also, I want the steak.
So on the way come around again, I was like, oh, for dessert, can I get like everything on your menu?
Oof.
But I didn't do that. I was like so weirded out.
You're not me. Wow, I would do that.
Yeah, I was so weirded out by the thing, and I was like, I don't really want to like see this person again.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, he said at the end of the date and such, I was tired of him talking about his exes, the people he see, other apps he was trying. I was like, oh, all right. And but towards the end of the date, I was like really tired out, and I really want to like see this guy anymore. I don't want to hear him talk no more.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to walk out and just leave the area.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I don't want to be rude, so I was like, I'll stick it towards the end. And at the end of the date, this guy has the audacity to go on another date, and I was like, oh, hit me up later, like later on. And guess what? I never got a text from this guy ever again.
He's hard to get. He's like, no, if you don't answer now,
you don't answer now. But
the question is, where is he now?
I have no idea.
Oof. Is he still dating? Tell me down below what you think he's doing with his life.
But yeah. Oh, I actually got another date. Actually, not really a date. This was during my high school year.
Oh.
It's not really like a date. It was like a friend date.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was friends with this girl. She was about 2 years older than me. And it was around that time when prom.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So we went to prom, or she invited me to prom because I was like a freshman. And freshmen and sophomores can't go.
Mm-hmm.
Only juniors and seniors. At the time, she was a junior. And she invited me to go, which we did. Prom was yada yada. It was fun, this and that. We fell into the lake. It was kind of funny because when we fell into the lake, it was at the exact same time someone walked near us. And the entire time, the teachers and every other student thought that guy pushed us in.
Mm-hmm.
But we're like, oh shit. But anyway, we got out. We went to my hometown is very small, and at that late at night, I guess the only place I was open was Denny's.
Wow.
And Denny's is not that good. But yeah, we went there.
No, I would never go down to Denny's.
It was a friend date. We were friends.
Well, I know that's true.
Yeah. So we went there. We ordered all our food and such, and we were good. And it was really fun. At the end of the day, when we got our checks and such, my friend who lived in town, the idea of eating out came right after we jumped into the water. But she wasn't ready as such, and with me, I didn't have the money for the check.
Aww.
So the thing is, I had to let her stay at the restaurant while I went out to get more money.
Jack.
But the thing is,
no.
But the thing is that we were both laughing our asses off afterwards because just like, what was the coincidence that we were $1 off?
That is true. Life sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
I have another friend. I can't say the names, but anyways, I'm not supposed to tell the story. But it's not that bad. It's like oh, it's the worst date ever. But anyways, they're both musicians, and they went to the date. They got in this truck and everything. His AC doesn't work for this girl. So you know how girls are with their makeup, and they're like, it's hot, it's Houston, it's the summertime.
Oh.
So he had the idea to take her to the zoo. Nothing wrong with that. So let's go to the zoo. Nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. So he gets there. She's in there. She pays for a ticket already, and he's trying to check his pockets. He realized he doesn't have his wallet. His wallet. So he goes back to the truck. So he's like, oh, I may have left it. And she's like, okay, no problem. I'll wait here.
All right.
So he goes to the truck, and he's like looking throughout the truck. I mean, he's looking.
Thoroughly,
thoroughly. He's making sure this nigga's wallet is here, and he left his wallet at home. And he lives on the other side of Houston.
Oh, traffic.
Yeah.
Well, imagine he texts her like, "Oh, I'm going home real quick." Imagine that story.
That's hitting too close to my personal story.
Oh. Well, that's a nice story. Well, now it's your turn to share a terrible date storytelling.
My terrible date. I've only really been on like 2 dates ever
Mm-hmm.
in my really whole life. Honest truth.
So at least one of them has to be terrible.
Well, at least one of it has to be terrible. The other one was fine. The other one was just like, hey, we went there and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so this date specifically was thanks to colleagues of mine. They're like, okay, let's go. They're this date was a non-musician. Very non-musician, very ignorant musicians. Like there's certain criteria for musicians to date them. I think, in my opinion.
All right.
I think one of them they at least have to be some type of art oriented or something. But this person wasn't. Like this person was that like not arrogant, but ignorant between the fine arts. So, anyways, that's like already like for me like a no. Like stop.
No. All right.
And, but I still continue with the date and everything. So everyone's talking or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's music in the background. It's like this kind of cafe-ish like place in Houston, downtown Houston. And also my professor plays there too.
All right.
I can't say her name. Forget. What's their name? My own violin professor.
All right.
Excuse me. The first burp of the podcast. Who's gonna fart the next?
Oh.
Better at the end.
Better at the end, I say.
Anyways, everything's going well. I'm having fun. I don't care.
All right.
He's paying for it. I don't care.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Like you're gonna order like the most expensive thing on the menu.
No, I'm not like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I will rack up that check though. With small things.
Small things. It's better to get things like a bunch of small things than one big thing. Mm-hmm. That is good.
It's my secret. It doesn't work. everything go around, alright. Everything da 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 da. And I went to go to the restroom. It's like, okay, right. I gotta be back. I gotta go to the restroom. So nature calls.
Nature calls, of course. I don't know
that really don't mean. I go in there. Everything's fine and done. I came back.
Let me guess. He was gone?
Guaranteed that this nigga was like a missing child. This nigga was gone.
Like what? You looked the other way? Wednesday looked back?
I swear whoever was out there, I swear I saw him on a milk carton. Oh. That's how fucking missing he was. But at least he paid it. He paid the
check.
The check. At least he did that. That was a nice one, my friend. So I was like,
no goodbye.
No
see ya. No farewell.
No farewell. Like I'm off to war. Anything like nothing like that. He just left, and I'll be for all those people who leave their dates like that. Fuck y'all.
Oh.
Because you don't understand like the damaging mentally like it does to a person.
Yeah. Because
like. The day was going okay for me. It was okay. Maybe I was talking about me the whole time. Maybe I don't know. Okay, I was the problem. Okay, let's see. Maybe. Anyways, but then after that they just leave like that, and you're just like sitting there like,
what happened? Where are they?
Where are the good times? Was I crazy? Well, yes, Tony, you're sitting there talking to yourself for 3 hours.
3 hours?
Huh?
3 hours?
What, the date?
Was it?
Yeah, almost 3 to 4 hours talking.
Oh, God.
Maybe the nigga was tired.
Oh.
He's like, I gotta get out of here.
Oh.
I gotta catch sleep. Is that long for a date, you think?
3 hours?
Yeah, 3 to 4.
It depends on the context, I think.
Oh.
Somewhere like going down like amusement park or something entertainment, I don't think that's long.
No, we just ate food and drink coffee. I listen to music.
I think it's long. No.
Anyways, the second part of the story.
Part 2.
This racks it up another level. Okay.
Another level. All right. See.
So I had another colleague I work with, and we used to hang out after performances sometimes. And we go out. We're like, listen to a little band is playing. Like they get together or whatever. So they go to other places. So that we like to. I guess you call it cafe hopping or bar hopping. I don't know what you call it.
Was that a bar though?
Huh?
Was that bars?
Oh, no, it was cafe shops.
Yeah, I think it's cafe hopping.
I don't know, but there's another term called bar hoppers.
All right.
So I didn't know that was like the proper term to whatever.
All right.
So these type of people like to hop a lot with musicians and stuff, and sometimes I do it. I go in there and play whatever.
All right.
Could you fucking not? He's like, okay. He's like, oh, I have another friend that he's bringing his date.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, that's fine. So we could do a double date. Fuck it, why not?
All right.
Okay, I'll go. Okay, it's a friend date. Yeah, I'll go. I swear, out of all the fucking things in this world that could happen. Mind you, time's passed already. Time has passed pretty decent already. Like a long time. Like, you know, you had a bad date or you met someone and you kind of just like, you know them, but you just kind of just forgot about them.
Yeah.
But me, I don't forget. That's the problem with me. I do not fucking forget anything. You ask Jack. I can tell you something that happened 3 years ago. And like, I will fucking remember that. So time's passed, I don't know, 3-4 months. I don't know.
Oh, all right.
So it's pretty good time.
Like a really long time.
So they're already there. And he had his head down. I think he was on his phone. And I sat down. I was like, he looks fucking familiar. I know that head.
All right.
And he looks up. And his face just dropped to the ground.
Oh. You can say his spirit just left the table.
The nigga's spirit left the table, I swear. He just left. He didn't know what to do.
All right. Oh, okay. Well, so his first reaction was like, how can you explain it?
Like frozen.
Oh.
You know?
And he's like, oh.
Like, you don't know what to do. Like, what can you do? Run?
Yeah, I mean, you could. Wait, so you're telling me that we were going with your friend to meet with another friend.
Mm-hmm. They're on a date.
Who was on the date with this guy? Say it was the first date.
Yeah, I really don't know very much about the other person. Yeah. I wasn't friends with them really.
But that is a rare chance. That's
very slim. Like, and for me, I'm very much a type of person like I get the shit in the stick always. I always get the shit in the stick, and I think maybe God just laughs at it. Maybe he sets up the scenarios with me. Like, you know, I need a good laugh this morning. You know,
I need a good laugh.
I need a good laugh, and he makes a scenario. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I sat there and looked at him. I was like, "So you're the one that got away?"
Oh.
So it only took me 4 months to find you.
4 months to find you.
And you're here?
Oh. Oh man. True
story.
I wouldn't. If I was in your shoes and I saw someone this that.
What would you do? Good. If anyone listening to this, write in the comment. What would you do?
What would you do? Mm-hmm. For me, if I were in your shoes, I would give the biggest grin and just say to him, so how long have you guys known each other, or like, so how's your guys' date going so far? Mm-hmm. Like, just like give them all just like hit him with questions over and over. Or first of all,
I always say you ran out of anyone. You've been running away from anyone else.
Did he run away after your friends used the restroom? Like your friends, I need to use the restroom. He walked out. You think so?
I don't know. I went to the coffee bar and I turned around. He wasn't there.
Oh
no. Yeah, actually, he stayed for a long time. Actually, I think he couldn't get away from me.
He's probably.
You know what? You know that motherfucker never said sorry too.
Oh.
Well, some people in this world are shitty.
Well, at least you got coffee though. Did you have coffee?
I did.
That's okay. That's good. Wait, what time was it anyway? It was like in the morning.
Nighttime.
So you can say that God was having the last laugh of the day.
or whatever. I don't care. Does he really care about his nighttime or daytime? He's infinite. I think about it.
Yeah, probably needs to laugh. All right. Ooh. Let's get into our next segment.
Whose story was better? Let's say that.
Whose story is better? I personally think your story.
I feel like all my stories are like what the F, like they're overboard everything.
Yes, especially high school stories.
Oh,
those stories. That specific school needs to turn down the knob, not just a notch, but the entire thing.
Then take it off.
Take it off and bury that thing like way out in the desert. But again, we will touch upon those subjects.
Comment if you want the high school teachers to come on the podcast. Talk about the weird shit they have.
Yeah, that'd be something different. Well, right now we're getting to our next segment, which is how Tony describes it most of the time with Daisy.
Oh, driving Miss Daisy?
Yeah, driving Miss Daisy.
Okay, basically these are just what happens when you're in the car
Yes.
And that story happens, anyways. You want to tell? You have one story when you're in a car or something shit happens.
Oh yes. So let's see. One time we were driving, right, and I think Rory said this on one of the last episodes. Is that one time we were driving near a park? Like, it was next to our place.
Oh yes.
And we saw this guy middle of the park, like a nice evening time and such. And I swear, this guy, he has the balls to work out with the shake weight.
Was that like 10 fucking years ago? It's shake weight.
Yeah, and I was like, I never saw a shake weight in person in my life before. And this guy was just. He was like minding his business. He was like owning it.
I don't know, but that nigga was on that shit.
He was just shaking him like there was like no tomorrow.
Well, that nigga was serious. He was intense. I swear.
But it was really funny.
It was the shake weight competition. They were like modeling for it. I would give him first place.
First place for sure. Like, here we go, sir. Just
that nigga was shocking. Like, he was peppering that grass up real good like that.
He was butter. He was turning that butter real good.
Well, you know, I was like, well, you seemed like you sucked the dick before.
I'm telling you. Ooh. But I think that's one of the one of the memorable moments I saw during one of our driving times. But let's see. I think remember at one time we were driving middle of the night, and that possum. Remember we were driving by a possum. It wasn't near the same park as the Shakewood guy. And I was like, hey, look at that possum. And we were just like we were talking about like moving out of the road so it won't be hit no more. And we're just like trying to tell each other like move it, like grab it by the tail or something. We're just like, let's get out of the road. But in the end, we're just like, no.
No.
It's like, no. We'll let it be. And then at first we thought it was playing dead. We were like, it was playing dead. But then
it's playing dead like my dreams, okay?
Oh.
Never. It will maybe come back.
Oh.
Come back later, future episodes, see if it does.
That possum has a better chance coming back alive than any of our dreams. But I think that's one of the memorable moments I have driving.
I feel like we have better.
I think so, but we're on the spotlight, Tony.
Oh, we already talked about our crash already. That was the first episode.
The crash.
Remember at the parking lot.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Well, this is another story time, I guess you could say, but it's still driving with Daisy.
All right.
What's the time with my grandma?
With your grandmother?
She's not, huh?
Oh, sorry. I was doing something.
She's not an old age. She's like in her 60s. She's not that old, so she can still run. She can still do a lot of stuff. This lady's like MacGyver.
I'm sorry, my bad. I thought you were going to reference to MacGruber.
No.
I should show you that movie. It's just hilarious.
She can do anything.
All right.
And she's done it all.
At all.
So the first story is, well, one time our family got in a big argument. And my grandma, she's very scared of police officers, any form of government, anything like that. So one time, my mother threatened her to call the police one time.
All right.
Bad decision, because she's going that off the rail already. And we're in the parking lot, she's reversing, and all they see my grandma's at the door. You better not fucking call. Yeah, I raised your ass. And literally, she jumps on top of the hood of the car. And my mom, the bad thing about my mom is still reversing. Like, she's going. And, I know my stories are like over the top, but these stories are fucking real. I have some interesting, I've seen some shit. Okay? And I could you not, my mom don't give a shit. She's like, okay, you still on the hood of the car? Okay.
I'm driving with you on it.
A block later.
A block later.
Almost a block. I don't know how far that is really, but she went down a pretty long ways. And she's holding that to the hood of that car. It felt like something out of a movie,
Yeah.
True story, I'm telling you.
Like Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Tom Cruise on the hood.
I'm telling you.
Or Fast and the Furious.
Yes, she was on the hood of the. She was just She was hanging on to that motherfucker. I'm like, Grandma, where'd you get this stuff at? Were you like an agent at one time?
Oh.
I feel like she was a spy or something. Like she knew something.
At one time. Her skills was kicking in again.
it's like the show that we're watching right now. Oh. That's exactly what it is.
Hidden talents exposed. So unlocked.
But her hidden talent is that she's fucking invincible.
Imagine she was able to crawl into the vehicle. That'll be one heck of a moment, Tony.
I believe she could do anything because she's also old. She's real old, but she can drive with 2 feet.
2 feet.
Mm-hmm. One on the brake, the other one on the gas.
Oh.
Like nothing.
Oh.
Like nothing. I don't know how she does it.
Different time, Tony. Different time.
That's one story of me.
One story of her grandmother.
Crazy.
One of many.
One of many, actually. She was crazy when she was younger, apparently.
Very young.
That's a good. What's the next one? Is there more story time?
You think that should wrap up with our Driving Daisy?
Sure, doesn't matter to me.
Alright.
I don't know what's next. Let's see. I'm very unprepared. I don't remember.
We're very unprepared.
I don't remember shit.
We're just reading off the top.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever comes to mind. Next up is game time, actually.
Oof.
I think.
What's our game?
I think we should do it the last episode.
Last episode, same thing.
Yeah, the never have ever thing. In the meantime, when you're pulling up the questions and such, we'll probably, I don't know.
Since it's dating, should we do like a dirty version?
Dirty version of dating.
Dirty questions.
Oh.
Oof. We're about to expose some secrets.
Oh. Exposing more wounds.
Oof.
Alright. Let's see. I think we should do like the dirty question, like say a few, then go on to easy mode.
Okay, you want to do the dirty ones first or the other one?
Dirty first.
Oof. Okay.
And then it's just ease out.
Okay, let's see.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Never have I ever fallen asleep during sex. What if I fall asleep during sex?
I mean,
It has to be bad. Like,
I mean, if he's not hitting, if they're not hitting that spot well.
Also, Jack, it seems like you have some moments in your time.
No, I don't think I ever fall asleep.
Well, let's say never have I ever not necessarily fell asleep, but just got very bored.
Oh, just not feeling it.
Yeah. Every day.
Actually, I believe I did have a few.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll probably go with my first story.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There was this person I knew for a while. Not on the personal level.
Mm-hmm.
Just in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that this person was my friend's younger sibling's therapist.
Oh.
And I didn't know that at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But once I figured it out, after a while,
Mm-hmm.
I got very awkward. And I was like, yeah, I better not keep doing this with this person because I felt very awkward and odd. And at the time, I was experimenting with so many things, food-wise.
Jack, don't tell me this is where it's going, Jack.
Yeah, food-wise.
In the bed.
Yes.
Jack, what the fuck? That's like when you're old.
And then like there's like the things we know, like whipped cream, chocolate, syrup, and such. And I sort of after a while, this guy was doing the same thing over and over again. And after a while, I got pretty bored of it. And so guess what? I kind of faked my.
You faked an orgasm?
Yes. To have him stop. And when that happened, I I got my stuff, forgot my shit,
Mm-hmm.
and right before I walked out,
Mm-hmm.
guess what? This guy, say he was probably in his mid early 30s, maybe late 30s,
Mm-hmm.
and his parents came home.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
So I got to sneak out from his bedroom window. And I was like,
With whipped cream on you.
no, that was clean off. So yeah, I guess they can say that night I wasn't very filled on both ends.
Whoa.
But then again, afterwards I stopped because I was done.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I kind of feel uncomfortable doing this
Mm-hmm.
with you, even though you're really close to knowing who I am.
Ooh.
But that stopped. That was an experience I can't trade in for nothing. That was something that was pretty funny, but yet terrifying at the same time.
Let's see. Never have I ever sexted.
Never ever what?
Sexted.
Sexted?
Having sex by texting.
Hmm.
Or having sex on over the phone. Phone sex.
Let's see.
I never had.
All right, you're a good boy. You're a good guy.
I really am.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like an angel, but I'm not really.
Mm. You're slightly more pure.
Oop.
For me, when that moment you're online, anonymous.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Huh?
On what?
Online.
Just online anywhere?
Yeah, like
Okay.
anonymous. I did sext, and that's when I was getting to a personal part of my life, role playing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I kind of fit in with how it started off.
Mm-hmm.
And I always found it awkward. And I was like, okay, let me get this straight.
Mm-hmm.
No, you an older guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're trying to do a role play where I'm supposed to act like I'm the older, mature
Yeah.
one, even though I'm like 15 years younger than you.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's when you can say that the tables have turned.
Oof.
or that one moment where I was dabbing into the idea of furry. But that thing's not for me.
I can't see you in the first suit or anything.
That thing was not for me. I tested the waters and that thing was not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So have you
again,
put a suit on before?
no,
First-
it was like,
okay.
online,
Okay.
and I didn't really feel comfortable. And I was like, you know what,
Go.
I'm not ready for this. But I do have some people I know
Mm.
are like that, and I was like,
What's up with them?
yeah. My turn to choose a question. Let's go.
Just the first ones.
The first one.
The other ones are like kind of specific.
All right. Let's try. I'll give you never have ever flashed someone.
No.
Are you sure, Tony? Yeah, no.
Do you know who I am?
I know who you are.
I've been flashed on before.
Oh, well, really? Let's hear your story.
I guess we're at a party and everything, and things get too wild. And I drink, but I don't drink to like
An extent.
to an extent at a party.
All right.
I'm what you call a socializer, drinker.
Oof.
Anyways, so we're going on and everything. Everything's going well. We're having fun and everything. And I go to the back, and this guy who's trying to hit on me or whatever, or trying to at least. I guess I look better when I'm drunk, or when he's. I guess
When the
I look
person-
better when they're drunk or whatever. I'm like ill. Like
Yeah.
stop. I don't like when
Right.
people come that strong onto somebody like that. No.
Yeah.
Anyways, it got even more weird because no one was really around, and he just pulls it out.
At this party.
When
At
it's
the-
like in a private-ish area, like in the back of the house or whatever. Like no
Oh,
one's really
okay.
around,
Okay.
and I'm trying to like mind my own business. Like, get the fuck away from me. And could you not? Like he's like this. Like some people just have no shame.
Uh-huh.
Like
No shame.
Like no shame. Like they don't care.
But
Like,
you gotta.
yes. Like I taught Jack a new thing, and I think it's stuck with him forever now.
Yeah.
Anyways, so like he just whips it out. I'm like.
But like, I saw a shrimp bigger than that.
I'm allergic to shrimp. Next.
All right. Let's do. I can't understand number 2. It says, "Never have I ever slept in the buff." You know what buff is?
No.
No. I don't know what that is.
I'm kind of goody. Just go to the next one though.
All right. Let's.
Put in the comments what that means.
What does that mean?
Help us.
We're
I thought you know.
No. That's the first time hearing the word buff.
Really? In that sentence?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's try the next one. Never have I ever received a lap dance.
No.
No? Never? You never went to a club or anything? No?
I guess you said I've been in a club, but I've never been to a strip club ever in my life.
Alright.
I never. If I find someone in a strip club that I know, I'm pulling them out. I don't play that.
Or grab them by the ear and walk them out.
I don't play that.
Ooh. For me, I have.
Ooh.
Both on both sides.
So which one do you like better, the men or the women?
I can say that. The woman, they know how to persuade.
They
know how to work it. But then again,
most male strippers are straight.
that's true. And the lap dance I received from any guy, let's say that they were out of breath after their first few hip shakes.
Well, yeah, that's. Oh, it's just not. I don't know. I really wouldn't know. So I'm like, I don't. You won't find me in a club like that. No.
Mm-mm. This boy is too pure for
God,
that.
God know how the back of your head looks like when you're in the club.
Oh.
Was that the only one? You only asked 2?
Oh, let's go down more.
Okay. Because I think this is for girls and for guys. I didn't really know.
Oh, all right.
It didn't really matter.
Let's see. No. Okay, fair. For guys.
Oh. Specifically.
All right. Choose a random number.
Does it go one through what?
Oh, 1, 2,
20?
23.
Oh, 23. 15.
15?
I feel like I'm on a show, like game show, like 15.
15.
Music history. Okay.
Let's open current number 15. Never have I ever used a lame pickup line on someone.
No.
Really? No?
Mm-mm.
I have
never used a pickup line in my life.
I have once, and it was with a very old crush, and it was like that stupid shit you'll find like, and from a distance, and when you're blind, you think it's cute, but in reality, it's really cringy and cheesy. And remember that one is like the alphabet one, like there's 25 letters, right? It's no, then it's oh yeah, I forgot you are a QT. And I was like, oh that. And then again, right now I'm cringing on the inside. I'm just like, why?
What was it?
Like, why would I do that?
Was it that one?
Yeah.
Oh.
You
I only
are a QT.
Okay.
Huh?
See, for me, I never had to use one. I guess because I just talk to people. I don't have a
Nah.
I don't know. I don't have a hard time starting a conversation with somebody. I don't need an intro or something. Hi.
With me, conversation's not my strong suit.
I don't know. Not really my strong suit either, but I guess the beginnings are not hard for me.
Uh-huh.
I had someone tell me a cheesy music one too.
If
you know any music theory or any theory musician, you know how to play notes and stuff, real notes. And he comes up to me, he's like, "You remind me of a C major scale." I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean a C major scale?"
What the hell? You call me Flash?
He's like, "Because you look all natural." I was like, "Oh."
Oh my god. Okay, sorry, my bad. That slipped through my mind. Alright. But besides that one I said, it didn't really work. I've been told that same one I told to that one guy multiple times by different people. I'm just like, It always remind me of that first time I used it, and it brings like a cold shiver down my back. I'm like,
why did you do that?
Like, why?
Someone should talk you out of it.
Yeah, someone should have talked you out of it for sure. But it was kind of funny though.
Okay, let's go with number 7.
No,
I don't have a passcode.
Oh, number 7. I don't think you can. I don't think this is you.
What is that, anyways? It's for the audience.
It says never ever cheated on their girlfriend.
No, I don't. No, I don't do that.
You don't do that. I don't think you ever have a girlfriend too.
Jack, wait. Why are you exposing me like that?
Alright, you could choose a different number.
Okay, just pick one for me. Just pick one that you really want to know.
Alright, I'll do one, but I'll make an open question. Never have I ever bought someone a heart box of chocolate on Valentine's Day.
No.
Really? Like no one?
Never.
I have. But
I have.
But the thing is, I never went through it. Through it. And whenever I think about it now, I'm just like, why? It's like at that point, you know, every person that comes across ahead of you, that's how you say it, you find attractive. And he's like, oh, all right, I'll try. But the thing is, this person. Oh, this person got my nerves really quickly. And I was like, I had no idea why I fell for this person. And I was like super close. I actually walked up to this guy's house, this person's house.
Yeah.
And this person used to live close by me, and I was like, at the moment where I knew I felt I messed up was when I knocked on their door.
Ooh.
My heart sank and such, but then again, I went through with it, and I can actually say I done that.
Well, this number 12 hit me. It's like never have I ever asked someone to marry me.
Marry you?
Yeah.
No.
Ask them.
Oh, asked him.
Ask
me asked him?
Yeah.
I never thought that.
I have once.
Oh. Oof.
Long story. He's a pretty famous violinist, actually.
All right.
We're just bullshitting around. And for this person, you know what I feel like? They're just that talented. They have that much charisma. You're just like,
oh.
You know,
they cut your breath.
Like,
They took your breath. My bad.
Anyways, I'll show you a picture.
All right. He's about to show me a picture, even though we can't show it.
Or maybe like a smallish video.
A video as such.
Let's see.
So yeah, it gotta take him a while. I thought he'll be prepared.
I'm sorry. I should have been more prepared.
We're not running an amateur channel here.
Yeah, we're all amateurs.
All right.
I can't play this because this is all copyrighted.
I can't really see his face. This is like in and out of frame. Okay, there we go. Oh. I can say he's very pale.
You're pale.
For my skin tone, yes, I am pale.
Actually, 2 occasions, actually.
2 occasions. Oh, 2 occasions.
I'm everywhere.
He's everywhere.
I'm everywhere. That's another talented violinist, actually.
2 different people. All right. Keep going.
No, I'm trying to find the other thing.
Oh, all right.
And I really miss this person, honestly. We're still good friends and everything.
Which one? Oh, he has glasses. I can't hear nothing, but he has glasses though.
Wait, it's all copyrighted. I can't do anything with it.
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
of course,
I'm
of
sorry.
course.
If it was like really old, like Beethoven music,
Oh, wait, hold
I
up.
would.
I think I see something, but I don't know if it is or not.
What?
In the background, the circle thing.
It's the spotlight.
It's just the spotlight.
Exposed.
All I can say is the lighting in the video is not that well.
Well, they're musicians, right? They're not there to do that. Okay.
They're not. Did
you change my settings?
Yeah, I put on dark mode because
Why?
it was like once you turn it on, and I was like blinded by the light.
I don't have that problem with light. Okay.
I do.
I'm sorry.
Everything has to be dark, like a dark mode.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have that problem.
That's terrible.
Can't really.
Sometimes in the middle of the night, like you try to check what time it is, and it's just like blasted with the light.
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel like they should have a mode that makes it darker than the darker mode. But yeah, that's my thing. You should. One last question, I think.
Oh, one more question.
Yeah, one last question.
Oh, for me?
No, for me, I think.
Okay, let's go to a different place.
A different place. Let's see. I'd say currently this whole entire day, it was pretty well so far. 8 out. We did 8 out. It was pretty good.
No, that wasn't that long ago, Jack.
But
you
still,
were like, let's eat it during the bowler goods, and you ate it like that fast.
yeah, we're about to eat during this talking, but both of us ate our food.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe another time.
Never have I ever screwed around in an elevator.
Okay, first of all, this is what you need to know about me. Me and elevators do not go well together.
Really? Because it's a claustrophobic?
Yes, I am claustrophobic.
Oh, and then I'll go to the next one.
But then let me explain this. But then again, I really don't like the feeling when you go out of an elevator. Like once you go on and get out, I don't really like that feeling because my brain, I don't know, it's weird, and it gets very not motion sickness, but something similar to that. And so it looks like so every time I get out of an elevator, no matter how high or no matter how long or short it is, I walk out of the elevator. It looks like I'm like near death. I'm like stumbling and trying to hold onto the wall.
I like this next question, but it's like never have I ever washed a piece of clothing because someone else's just stained.
No, I don't think I ever have. Well, I can say mine, but no,
Really?
No one else's.
Have you ever like been on like you forgot that you came on this piece of clothing and you went outside?
No.
That happened in high school.
Chody.
No, not with me.
Oh,
someone else.
Oh, what's a chody?
There's a lot of concepts I understand sexually. I don't understand. Maybe because I'm just a pure angel.
Or maybe because you're never exposed to it.
Jack, we talked about this, Jack.
Yes, of course. Then again, your high school is very, very out of it.
Oh yes, I've been asked some odd stuff to do in high school.
But I think that let's see. No, I don't think that can work for next time.
What are we gonna do next time?
Next time we'll be talking about No Shit's Given.
Oh no shit! Oh yes. No shit's
But
given.
we'll touch that up later on. But I think for now our game time is over, and
so quick.
we will we will get into our main topic of the evening, and this is one of the few, actually not few. It's a new subject we're touching on, and goes with our name of the show, Shitty Therapy Hour. And for every other Friday, or maybe every other Friday, we're gonna have feeling Friday. We would talk about one motion or emotion we have throughout the week, or we had for a while. And for this episode, we'll be talking about the feeling of, let's see, boredom, loneliness, or something like that between both of them. I don't know if they're the same or different, but let's stick with boredom for now. How you felt this entire week, Tony? Like, you got any boredom throughout the week?
For me, boredom can become very easily because I'm used to being active.
With me, with my lifestyle, I don't think you guys can be that active.
I'm very active, especially when like school or college was going on and starting. I was working. I was very busy. I was kind of everywhere. I was like one side of town, then I go to the other side of town. Like I gotta go. So I gotta get my paycheck.
You're just bouncing everywhere.
Bouncing everywhere. So for me, when I get bored, and I have to do something.
Like you just like drop.
I drop like that. I'm like, there's nothing to do. Like, what can I do?
Nothing at all. So what were your definition of boredom?
Nothing to do, but there's something to do, but you're just lazy to don't do it. So you just complain about that you're bored.
I think for me, boredom, what I think it is just when you have so much on your mind, but then again you can't find a way, like an action or a way to express yourself. So the only thing you can do closely enough to it is just lay there or sit there spacing out, doing nothing, even though you feel like you should do something. But then again, you got too much on your mind, so you just sit there. I think that's what I think the term for boredom means. So out of this week, when do you feel boredom?
If I'm sitting inside.
That's all the time, Tony.
That's all the time. I guess we're bored all the time.
I'm bored all the time.
I don't mind sitting inside. It's just I need to do something then.
Yeah, with me, you're lucky. You're lucky.
Jack goes around. He's like playing Animal Crossing and whatever else. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Tony, with me, you're lucky to get me outside once. Once I'm outside, you have.
We're doing pretty good for like a week or two.
Yeah.
We went to play. We almost play frisbee almost every day.
Yeah, we did play frisbee.
Almost every day.
It was fun. But then that one night when we were playing night frisbee, when the water, the grass and such got with the frisbee, my hands started to freak out.
This boy's allergic to everything.
No,
not everything. It's kind of frustrating what he's allergic to.
The thing is that where I'm from, we don't have natural growing grass, so
you pay for that shit.
Yes. So the thing is, my family is pretty sensitive to grass. It's not really like bad or anything. It's just that our skin just becomes really sensitive.
They have a mild reaction.
Yeah, it just gets really sensitive towards grass, and yeah, after that experience, my hand kind of did swell a bit. It was very sensitive to touch, so like I kind of stopped. And I was like, in my mind, I was thinking like, Tony, we should I think it's better to play during the day when there's nothing, no wet grass. Anyway, back to the topic, boredom. For me, throughout this week, I have so many times I was bored.
I feel like you get bored around me.
Only when you're asleep.
Really?
Yes.
Aww.
And the thing is
Am I really that entertained?
To an extent.
And just the rest of the time just annoying. Just like, shut up.
Yeah, it's not that way. But sometimes I get lack motivation towards things. And Tony can see for sure a lot.
I tell him, I'm like, I'm just looking motivation. I was like, well, get your fucking head out of your ass, then you'll get some motivation. Yeah. Or at least it'll get you up and running around the room, locate your socks, shit like that.
Yeah. And I guess boredom's, it gets to us all once in a while. And sometimes you kind of feel like that. Sometimes you feel like that things or time around you or time for other people, I can't really explain it well. But you know that feeling when you're at home or you're like by yourself or something, and you check social media or such, and you see your friends or people you know close to you or not, right? And they're like having like eating out this and that, or having fun. Do you feel bad about that? Sometimes I feel like that I should do something like that. Like, I should do something better with my time. But then again, I just feel like I feel down and lack of motivation to do anything. And I think that's where boredom kind of comes in.
I don't have lack of motivation.
Oh, I have.
I don't know why. That's a good question. Because me and Jack, if this podcast ever goes up or anything like that, or like it's somewhat big or whatever, or at least 100 viewers, and if you ever get to meet us, we're like the polar opposites.
We are. And
we got a lot better over the years. I think we have solidified.
Yeah.
What's on the same page and what's not on the same page.
Yeah. That's pretty funny because we are totally the opposite. He's more of an extrovert, even though he claims he's an introvert, but I think otherwise. Okay. And for me, I'm more of an introvert, and it's kind of like that. I find it funny. But
we have like two concepts of beliefs.
Oh, was it?
We have two different contracts with beliefs.
Oh, yes.
Oh, like milestones apart at one time.
Yes.
Very milestone. It was frustrating because I used to always talk about it.
Yeah. Well, and then again, I think in boredom, I think that's when most creative things come to mind, actually. You don't think so?
I think some violinists wrote some music that's too hard to play. I think they were bored.
That's true. It's like creating shortcuts. It's like, going from this major to that major is too complicated. Let me try something else.
Ooh.
Let me create a new key out of the 7 we have.
Yeah, mash it together. See what happens.
See what happens.
I
don't know. But I think in the end, boredom, it helps me with my creativity towards art, because sometimes when I'm doing something too much or something too often, I lose the feeling or motivation to it.
Yeah.
But after a while, say about a day or 2 days later, I get the motivation to do it all over again, and I find that pretty interesting. And currently, I'm deciding what I should be doing is pursuing more into my creativity side with art. And I have so many thoughts and ideas.
Jack has a lot of good thoughts and stuff, but he just doesn't do it.
Yeah, I think about it, but my lack of motivation and sometimes boredom overcomes me, and I get stuck into it, and I get too comfortable with it.
Boy, we had this one time. I guess you put this in driving mistakes, but not really. And sometimes I get mad and frustrated, and sometimes I start splitting up the truth in the car, and I start going on rants and stuff.
Yeah.
Jack knows, and I feel like sometimes Jack's listening. He's like, you know what? You're right. I remember one time I was like, Jack, you could probably outdraw most of the professional painters out there right now. But you choose not to. I looked. I was like, we're just talented enough to get by and trick everybody to hide away our true gifts. And I told those people who are just talented enough just to get by, get out of that phase. Like, get out of it. Like, really invest in because you keep on running away from everything, and you never invested or had quality time in one thing. So
that is true. And that day, you almost motivate me for me once I got home to draw. Mm-hmm. But that motivation slowly fanned out after we ate. Remember?
Oh, you got lazy.
Yeah, I got lazy.
I was like, you're just talented enough to get by everything. And for me, I'm the type of person that you're just not gonna just trick around like that. Like, I see almost everything. Like, I see I see what they do. Like, you're just talented enough to get by. You can't just do this and do that, do 1 or 2 things and expect like you're the best thing in the world. No. Because I know some people who are not talented at all, but they work twice as hard than what people who have talent do.
But yeah, I guess in the end, I think boredom creates creativity in all of us.
Oh, that was totally off topic.
Yeah, it was off topic.
I just thought about it. Anyways, go run with that knowledge, okay?
Go run with it.
Run with it.
Be opposite of bored. Be active. Be creative. Be such and such. But at the end of the day, we're just two guys telling you what to do.
Read the bio. Oh, you haven't posted yet.
Not yet.
Oh, it's not the best, but I tried my best.
But in the end, I think that is a good start of this new subject or new topic we'll be talking about.
What was the other one? Laziness?
Yeah, laziness, boredom. I think it falls them.
Okay, I feel like they're both 2 different things.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. What about laziness?
Laziness is an idea of something that you need to be doing.
Yeah.
But you choose not to because you don't want to do it or it's too hard or whatever.
Yeah.
And that can go into a list of procrastination.
Yes. I know I can't say the word.
Procrastination.
Yes, that word. Yes, I do know that word and feeling. Because I used to do a lot when I was down. And when I was down. And
and when I tell people procrastinate, I'm like, you waste some more time sitting there than actually, like, you waste more time just sitting there and thinking about it and not doing it than actually going through the process of doing it.
Yes.
That makes no sense. So, for example, like, I don't want to wash the dishes. It don't take long to wash the dishes. You take a lot more time procrastinating, sitting down, being there, than actually doing the process of the work.
And currently, I've been doing dishes more often.
I wonder why.
Because I want to eat.
Tony, we're hungry. Tony, I'm starving.
I'm hungry.
Well, you know what, Jack? I used to always do it, Jack.
Yeah.
I spilled tequila.
Oh.
I always do them, usually.
Usually.
I'm trying to make you get up and do things right now.
Well, hey, the other morning I cooked. The other morning I cooked.
That was the other morning.
Yeah, this morning I was.
You didn't cook for me this morning.
This morning I was about to cook, but then I realized the dishes were dirty, so I decided to do the dishes instead.
I was on the couch.
But then after it was once you got up and going, I was like, let's go eat. Let's go eat somewhere.
Oh.
Did we went somewhere to eat?
No, you get out. You went to Kroger's.
Oh yes, I have.
Kroger's. No.
Yeah, sorry, my memory is like mashing up 2 different days. No, that happens with me. 2 days or 2 years or 2 memories decide to like mash it up, and I get very confused.
I don't. Not often. Once in a while. Oh. What do you do to get out of laziness?
Out of laziness. I think most
Nothing.
of the, I think that laziness for me to get out, I think that you gotta have someone there or something, like, I don't know, it could be like a friend, a family, or at least a pet or something to help you get out, or you can just lay down until you're hungry. But in the end, at one point, laziness, you get bored of it. You can like feel it down in your bones.
I say no. It comes to a point when you fed up.
Yeah.
But by then it's already too late. This is why too, because I used to have a problem with procrastination and not practicing. So I used to have like this dark age of my life, and I felt like Twilight. You know what Bella's like? Have you seen all the movies?
Yes.
Okay, you know the scene when she's like looking at the window because her boyfriend like disappeared or some bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's so there is a possibility. Like there was moments of my time when I literally just sat there in the window and just looked outside.
Oh, when the years go by.
It felt like years going by.
Oh.
But I just sat there and just looked at the window. And I used to just not practice. I just sit there and just look at it. I was like, only if.
Oh, really? Because when I was younger, when my family used to travel a lot, and we used to stay in the mobile home, and the inside it never changes, right? But the outside always does. And when I'm bored or I'm like lazy, I lay in this couch. That was way too small for me. Like my legs are sticking out. And I just lay there, and there's this window. I always stare out, like every single time, right? And I look at the window, and every single time I look at the window, it's always different. It could be someone else move, or a different area, or different time, moment in time. And in my mind, I believe that, or I thought that I was stuck in one area because how I felt during the RV, in the mobile home. And throughout my most younger childhood memories is of that. Like, I always space out one window while everything's changing around. And I always thought that I'm stuck in my own time. You know how I say, like, time runs differently. And sometimes I never thought how the days pass so quickly, or how time really passed. And I just stare out that window and see something new, see something different. And when I was young, I always told myself, like, why can't you go out there? Why can't you do this and that? Be part of that time or moment. But I'm not really sure why I didn't go out. But I feel like that I was terrified to go outside. And I kind of let my loneliness consume me because I never really made friends outside. And I was too old, but I was too old for the kids to hang out with. But at the same time, I was too young to hang out with anyone older. So I was stuck in that mid area, in that gray area. But then again, in the end, loneliness is just really you're trapping yourself in this period of time. And I believe that you do have the ability to decide to walk out of it. But then again, it is really hard. But with the right people near you or beside you, that journey can be more easier, way easier. I have so many memories of that window. Some of them minor, some of them major, but the windows stay the same no matter what. But I'm really glad I'm out of that, and I don't have to look at that same window every single time and just feel trapped in the box. But I'm happy for myself that I got out when I still can. And I'm doing better. I'm coping with boredom more easier and finding healthier ways.
No, we have the podcast now.
We have this to talk about shitty therapy. But I'm glad I got out of it. I'm happy. But at the same time, you do have those feelings overcome you here and there. But you need to tell yourself, and you need to remember that it's just there for a moment, not always. It can be like you're walking outside on a sunny day, and the cloud goes over you. Like a cloud comes over you. The cloud won't stay above you for your entire life. It has to move. Like, it will move. It will pass. And you will see that the sun or the sunshine. And I believe it is a part of us, or part of our lives. But it's not there always. That's why I think. Anything to add, Tony?
I don't know, like I said, when you talk to me and Jack, we grew up in like two different spotlights.
Two different parts of the world.
Oh yes, very, very
6,000 miles apart.
Very, very far apart. I grew up in a place where living life was like the thing. And like I said, we've been here in different childhood. I grew up playing and performing a lot. And
I grew up in a very remote place of the world.
Off-grid.
Very off-grid.
And I grew up, so Jack was used to being
off the spotlight.
And I was on the spotlight 24/7.
And right now, we're both at that edge of the rim of the spotlight.
Good job. Anyways, like I was saying, so he's talking about how he woke up every day, but it was the same window. I had the same problem too. There's some moments when I wake up and I feel like I'm not at the apartment. I'm somewhere else new.
No.
Because I've been to so many hotels and so many different places. Hotel, motel. I've been to all the fanciest and the worst of the worst. I've been through it all. And I've been through all the flights and flying and stuff. And I don't like buying my own tickets and stuff. I don't know why. Anyways, it's not that bad. But the point I'm trying to get to you is the idea of what a lot of people don't understand about me, because I always been around people so much, was not the idea of I was always around people at the same time. I was always extremely lonely at the same time.
We're two peas in the pod, but then again, we're in different pots.
So it's the idea of, when you're practicing. So my practicing is like my job, that makes sense. So like when you work, how many hours have you worked in one setting?
See, work-wise, I think the longest I ever worked was about 15 hours.
15 hours. Okay, let's say like a normal, I don't know, 9 to 6 or whatever.
9 to 5.
9 to 5. Let's take your normal 9 to 5 job, and that would be like my practice.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between that, which is, at least you get to socialize.
Oh.
And talk to another person and see them in the flesh or whatever.
Yeah.
But I never had that option. I had to...
Locked up in the room?
I had to be in a room by myself. So I got too used to the idea of being lonely.
Oh, yeah.
Already. So, like, being by myself really doesn't really hurt myself really.
A caged bird?
A caged bird? Yeah. Well, we do have a caged bird.
We don't talk about that bird right now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
So I understand what you mean.
So
it's also not just waking up in a new hotel bath, you're like waking up in a new city.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even a whole nother country, you're like, where am I? Can I go home? I just want to go home.
As you can tell, somehow 2 people on different spectrums of life end up on a podcast like this.
Well, it ran down. So you know what? I enjoyed it when I could.
Yeah, it was fun. But I think that's all we have for the show.
Really?
Yes, I think
we
so.
do more.
That's why we have upcoming episodes, Tony.
Well, we never really solve our problems.
That's the thing. That's why we have.
That's what's so shitty about it.
So the shitty therapy. But I think that we'll call it due. And remember, if you ever feel lonely or bored, it is nice to talk it out. It's always nice to talk it out. And what else we can say? Just do better.
Do what you gotta do.
Well, that's all the time we have right now. These are your hosts, Jack and Tony. And catch us up on our next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good evening.
Listening. They can't watch.
Listening. Thanks for listening. But thank you so much. Enjoy your evening or morning. And these are all it.